Hello, beautiful. Welcome to the She Sacral podcast. I'm your host, Lindsay Christian. Let's go ahead and get started with today's episode. Hello, Sacral Beauty. Welcome to the She Sacral podcast, where we focus on burnout recovery through the power of sacred pleasure. So, welcome. Today, we're diving into the final stage of burnout, which is stage 12, which we have reached full-on burnout syndrome. Okay, so this is when the body says, enough, I'm tapping out. You are completely not listening to all the signs I've been sending you in all of these previous stages. We are now shutting down. So know that if you've reached the stage of burnout and you've ever wondered, was it really just from being stressed out or burned out? Yes, it is 100% valid. Today, we're going to explore exactly what full-on burnout really means emotionally, spiritually, hormonally, and physically. So if you feel that you've reached this space, let's take a deep breath now. Deep breath in and release. Let's just let it go, okay? Because you have been carrying this energy for far too long. It is time to shift and redirect. But before we can do that, we've got to learn more about what's going on. So what is full burnout syndrome? This is not about needing a break or feeling tired or feeling exhausted or just like, oh, I just can't do this anymore. I need a break. This has gone way beyond that. This is a total collapse of not just your body, but your mind and your spirit. And this can show up as chronic illness, autoimmune flares. So if you notice that your body has gone into flaring up, whether you have psoriasis or whether you have just autoimmune responses to things where your body is attacking itself. You may find yourself having a lot of allergies where it seems like you can't eat anything. You may notice nervous system breakdowns, hospitalization, quitting your job, quitting your relationships. You may feel this inability to function, whether it's emotionally or mentally, socially or physically, and the world may still expect you to bounce back. It's like, okay, you done now? You took a week off, come on back. No, you can't, because your body has absolutely nothing left to give. If this is your first time tuning in, we have covered the previous stages of burnout, and if we ignore those signs up until this point, you know how much cumulatively we have been in this space of chronic burnout, and the body's just like, I'm tapped. Let's talk a little bit more about some of the root causes and what happens biologically to our hormones and our nervous system. Once we got into this stage, burnout wasn't just ignored. We overrode it. We just completely said, it doesn't exist. I'm going to keep going. This stage can reveal those hidden belief systems that trigger hyper-independence, perfectionism, or self-neglect that you could have been masking. Your nervous system completely burns out. Hormonally, things become completely out of balance. You may notice that your hormones are out of balance. Your thyroid is completely suppressed. Your cortisol is flatlined. You have autoimmune conditions and inflammation in your body. You have brain fog, memory loss. You may feel like you are actually not able to control your body anymore. You can experience adrenal fatigue, chronic fatigue syndrome, PMDD, PCOS, autoimmune disorders, burnout-induced anxiety or depression. It gets really serious. You may notice that your heart becomes very erratic. Of course, sugar cravings, belly fat, racing thoughts, insomnia. It's just so easy for you to get sick. You may also run into having your brain be overactive with constantly scanning for danger, always looking for danger around you. You can also experience your hippocampus part of your brain, which is important for regulating your emotions. That can actually become impaired, where it just becomes really challenging for you to regulate yourself emotionally and help yourself to feel safe, even when you try. So when it comes to your body, especially as a woman, if you notice that you have irregular cycles or you're missing your cycles altogether, you have severe PMS or PMDD, which you may notice that you only feel good for about 2 weeks out of the month, you have low libido, dryness, or even pain within your vaginal area, you may have sleep-wake cycle dysregulation, meaning you feel wired at night and sleepy during the day. You may have emotional flooding, feeling overwhelmed, or just feeling shut down. So emotionally or mentally, you may feel like you'll never get back to who you were again. And you just feel like you're watching your entire life completely pass you by and you don't even know how to get back there. And nothing is helping you. Nothing is working. You've gone to therapy. You've tried to rest. You've tried to be healthy, but it just doesn't seem to be very effective. This is really important for me to cover this because a lot of women just are not aware of how much burnout can impact them. So if you are looking for deeper support with a like-minded community of other women that are also going through burnout, then definitely be sure to click the link down below, which will take you to our beautiful safe space in the She Sacral community, which also gives you access to 30 days of pleasure rituals. If you are looking for deeper one-on-one support, that option is also there down below. Because I don't believe anybody should walk this path alone. It is a serious path and it is hard to come back from. It's so deeply personal, and I think that's why it takes a unique approach to truly come out of burnout. So let's start to reframe this final stage when you are just in this rock bottom moment of your life. You are not weak. I know you may feel weak in this moment. You feel like you have nothing left to give. You feel completely broken down. You don't recognize yourself. You don't even want to be seen, probably, because you're not even taking care of your body, or you may feel ashamed of how you looked, right? But it's not that you're weak. It's that you've been trying your best and have been too strong for too long. And we've tried to override that strength constantly over and over and over again. So this is the point where we are stepping into a breakthrough, when we are really shifting into being reborn. And it is necessary for your entire system to rest. And not just rest, like sleep, but mentally get to a space of rest. And that can be really hard to do, especially when you're holding a belief that's driving you to say, if you give up, you're a failure, or you can't let other people down, or you got to push through, or just get over it. There's other people that are working way harder than you. Just keep going. If you have that mindset that's running you deeper and deeper into burnout, that needs to be put to rest. And so your body is finally in the stage of telling you that I am not willing to be ignored anymore. And I remember I had a friend who got really sick at one point. And one thing that he told me that really stuck with me is that if you listen to your body when it whispers, you won't have to hear it when it screams. And that's something that has always stuck with me, because our body always gives us so many signs and signals that we truly have to listen and take that break, so that way we can take care of ourselves, because our bodies really can only do but so much. And I want you to know this isn't failure. This is a space in your life at this time that you are being full on redirected. And sometimes you may not even know where that direction is taking you. But if we could just focus on just today, just this moment right now, and not try to plan ahead and go to the future, but let's just take it day by day, slow down with ourselves and give ourselves that feeling of safety, we'll start to come out of burnout and heal over time. But it's going to take for us to truly surrender. And sometimes burnout feels like a punishment, doesn't it? It feels like I'm being punished. Why can't I do anything? Why can't I go? But it's really a big lesson in life to let you know we've gone too far away from ourselves. That's all that it is. That's all that it is. And so I want to share with you Some things that you can start to do if you have reached the space of just full-on collapse, where maybe your body's gone beyond numbness, it is just shutting down, you're getting so sick and you can't even do anything that you really want to do anymore. Number one, you've got to get yourself into a space of deep restoration. So give yourself permission to stop. Say no. Let things fall. Nothing is that important. Nothing. I don't know how many times I've tried to push myself to say, well, this person, wants me to do this or whatever. And then I do it. And again, it doesn't have the same weight to them as I felt it. So cancel what you can. Nourish your body. Choose foods that are easy to digest. Lots of broths. Mineral-rich drinks, or getting plenty of minerals in. Your body is in a really delicate space right now, and so having things that are easy for it to process is going to be less overwhelming and taxing on the body. You are an entire holistic system, body, mind, and spirit. So even though we can stop doing the things that are mentally taxing us, if we are physically taxing our bodies with working out excessively and eating tons of food that's hard to break down for our system and, just doing too much, that also burns the body out. We have to take care of the body, the mind, and the spirit. Use this time to create a little cocoon. Have some soft blankets, play some gentle music, have some cozy lighting, just really slow down. This is not the time to put a whole lot on ourselves in this stage. We want to recalibrate our mind. This requires for us to shift our belief system, to create more boundaries, and to do a productivity detox. If you're addicted to to-do lists, this is for you. We want to start to detox that productivity quite a bit. And I know that can feel addictive to be productive. And sometimes you want to be even more productive. But if you are in full-on burnout, it's important that we reduce the amount of productivity we are putting ourselves through mentally. And we want to take care of that spirit. We want to tap into our sensuality. We want to tap into connecting deeper with ourselves. And sometimes that looks like just journaling. Even a couple sentences a day, you'd be amazed at how much that will bring you back home to yourself. If you are looking for any kind of guidance or structure or support, I would love to have that gentle invitation, no pressure, you do this anytime, to get access to those 30-day pleasure rituals so that you can return back to your body and be supported with a like-minded community. And again, I am here for you if you need deeper support as well, because sometimes we just need a little bit more direction depending on what we've been through. So now that we've covered all 12 stages of burnout, what stage of burnout do you think you are in? Definitely leave a comment down below so that way we can support one another. Burnout is not forever. We can absolutely get out of this. We can come back home to ourselves. And I promise that you will be stronger, wiser, and softer and safer than ever, just by taking these small steps towards feeling good in your body again. Up next, I want to share with you, what does recovery really look like after burnout? And I'm going to give a very realistic, full-on picture on what that looks like. Not just saying, hey, in 2 weeks, you're going to feel great again if you just do these 3 things. No, I want to show you a true deep picture of what burnout recovery can really look and feel like, and how it can affect you even in the aftermath, even after you've come back to yourself, and how it can still always be something to be mindful of. So if you're interested in that, then definitely tune into the next episode. Of course, I want you to thank yourself so much for showing up today, and thank you for tuning in to the She Sacral podcast.